Released in 2012, Samsung's first Galaxy Note received mixed reactions due to its 5.3-inch screen, which was massive at the time. Some laughed at it, but some loved the versatility that the pen and screen had brought. But the fact is, Samsung sold 10 million of them in the first 6 months. Being a phablet in its time, it featured a Super AMOLED HD display, an S Pen with 128 levels of pressure sensitivity, 2500 mAh of removable battery, an Exynos dual-core processor at 1.4 GHz, and 8-megapixel main camera with 2-megapixel selfie cam. All these were amazing specs back then. Of course, these aren't impressive in 2020 anymore, as everything is really laggy. The S Pen is not sensitive enough for soft, smooth sketches. Photo quality is okay with ideal lighting. The battery could no way last a day with today's power-hungry apps. But then, none of them would support gingerbread on this device either. Touchwiz UI is very different and not as intuitive as we expect today. Things have changed a lot. Its plastic design feels very cheap now, and they wear out easily as shown on this device. But this design laid the foundation of the future Note series, at least all the way till the Note 4, which was the last device to feature swappable battery. The Note 7 released in late August 2016 was recalled due to the infamous battery explosion, but it's an amazing device otherwise, as demonstrated on the Fan Edition, which is the same phone resurrected with a smaller battery. I wish they released the FE to more regions other than a few Asian markets, because it still holds up and the design has aged very well. It still feels great in the hand, it has no hideous notches and comes with capacitive navigation buttons at the bottom. The fingerprint sensor is built into the home button, which is snappier than the ultrasonic one in the Note 10. The top also houses the iris scanner, which is better than facial recognition during this pandemic. The bezels might be huge, but 5.7 inches is more than enough these days. It is nice and rectangular with no punch holes or large rounded corners cutting off contents. It's very well built. Despite a few good hard falls, the screen has not yet shattered. The Exynos octa-core processor is showing its age, but still have plenty of horsepower to handle today's apps. It receives one UI update, but I still prefer the older UI because you could no longer activate split screen by double tapping the Change App button. A comprehensive video editing app also went missing after updating. Photo quality is still great with rich details and contrast, even only having one lens. And doing selfie is effortless with the help of the heart rate sensor acting as a shutter button. The S Pen evolved from the Note 5 could do much more than just being a pen and cursor. It produces GIFs, does text translations, extract text from images, and more. It features wireless charging and fast charging with USB-C. It came with a headphone jack and it's still waterproof. FE's accessories are very hard to find. Mine are either scavenged from backstreet shops or the second-hand market, like the snap-on keyboard made by Samsung itself that turns the phone into a BlackBerry. Sadly, it no longer works after the One UI update. Either way, I wish companies still make peripherals like this today. The Note 10 is a disappointment on the design front. Camera arrangement is bland and I wish they kept the S10's design as they look more unique. There's no iris scanner, the punch hole is ugly, fingerprint sensor is ineffective, the heart rate sensor is absent, so doing selfie is now a pain. There's no notification light, and the most important of all, there's no headphone jack. There are added S Pen's functionality such as air actions, but it's a pain to set up, so I rarely use them. They boasted about integrated video editing software in the Gallery app, but I consider that a downgrade from the one included in the FE, because it has less features, particularly not being able to save projects halfway, so you have to finish it all in one go. I should hate it with a passion, but I still love it because the screen is beautiful, camera quality is outstanding, whichever lens you choose. The battery is large, you could get over a day of use without trying, and over 2 days if you do. Quick Charger fully charges the phone in just over an hour. It's well integrated with Windows, Last but not least, DeX. A wonderful feature from the S8 that has gotten more versatile by the time the Note 10 was released. With the Snapdragon 855 SoC and 12GB of RAM in the Note 10 Plus, it's effortless to do work and browse media on it. The Note series have come a long way, and whilst it continues to be a productivity powerhouse that I love, it has also thrown away a lot of features that I cherish dearly. I hope future iterations won't have so much compromises.